Welcome back, everyone. We are playing more Nancy Drew. Yay for Nancy Drew. Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake is the one we're playing right now. And I got a whole bunch of stuff going on here, but most importantly, I got bugs. Look at all these juicy bugs. So what I gather is I'm going to have to go and do more bug collecting during the night. I also have to get back into this secret super duper area over here. Let's see if I can do this now. Go downstairs and open this door, and there should be something going on down here. I need to figure out the day that Buddy here died. I'm just trying to remember where was the... Was it here? No, I just went back the way I came in. Okay, there was a secret something in here. Where is it? Here it is, right here. So you can see here that he's trying to put in different dates, I think, right? Maybe? So what we need to do is put in the day that he died, which was January 29th, 1932. So I will say, yeah.
It looks like a tiny hole.
Oh, right. Was it the screwdriver I had to put in there? No. Pen.
It looks like a tiny hole. What's the combination?
We know it. 0, 1, 29. Can I go the other way? No. 29, and then we need to do 32. Well, that was 3. Around town, here we go. 32. That's gross. Oh my gosh. It's all rusted.
I bet those were deer mice.
Ew, gross.
I better be careful.
It's all like rusted out from the other side. Oh, look at this. The journal is the property of William AKERS. Huh.
Speakeasy.
What's going on? Today Mickey went to prison, but when they were walking him to the paddy wagon, he told me to take care of his dogs. And when the time came to do their tombstones like he told me, then he whispered to me to look under the Victoriella in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said, I'll find a map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How's a guy who never spent one night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down he knows he's never coming home. Anyway, I looked under the Victrolia and found the map. The problem is there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words, the dogs will lead the way. There's no X marking the spot or directions or nothing. But I need the money bad. My wife and baby haven't had anything decent to eat in months. So I'm gonna pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently so I can spend all my time looking for the gold. Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole in the floor gold heist. He always said that the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay. But according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkertons, and Mickey must have greased somebody's palm real good and got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar the gold was going to be shipped in. Okay, so there's a lot of story going on here. Holy cow, it goes further on here.
Joe AKERS? Emily said Jeff AKERS' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William AKERS after all.
So it goes William, Joe, and then Jeff, does it? Huh. Uh-oh. Here's the way to the cemetery. Left, right, left, right. Oh, that's kind of handy. You know what? I should write that down. Let's get myself something to write with. Oh, I'm just dropping everything around here. Here we go. Alright, here we go. I should have had my pad ready. Scandalous. So I'll write this down here. We'll test it out. Left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Okay, so there we go. We'll definitely check that out. Oh, I give up. Mickey's dead, and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a job offer over in Harrisburg, and I'm going to take Little Joe and Sarah. Alright.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Good question. Do I take it? What's going on now? I'm not exactly sure. Am I done here? Let's just go back here to the very beginning and see what happens here. Come on, come on. There's no like exit arrow here. Guess we're gonna leave that there? Okay. Did I actually get the map? I don't even know if I got... Oh, okay, I did get it. Okay, cool, cool. I'm good. Let's shut that up. I think we have somebody that needs to have a little chat with us. So that wall safe was pretty cool. Squeak, squeak. Oh, no. Let's go up this way. Boom. Pop up to the sunshine here. Go take a boat ride. We'll say hello to M while we're out here as well. So we still need to take pictures, and we still need to collect bugs. Oh, hi there.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Good job.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
Well, there's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Okay. Do not drink or use the water from your well.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Okay. That can't be good.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
No, I bet you it is fully dramatic.
Where's Yogi?
In the run, out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
What do you know about a man named Joe AKERS?
Why do you ask?
I understand he used to be the deputy here.
So?
Okay.
According to Emily Griffin, Deputy Joe AKERS was your father, and according to the journal I found, William AKERS' son was named Joe. Another coincidence?
All right. William AKERS was my grandfather.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William AKERS do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
Ha ha ha. Wow. Okay. You won't talk to us?
I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed.
You
It's
sure
my duty
did.
as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
I want to know everything. I want to know all of the family history.
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
I don't know.
Hello there.
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Try again.
Hello there.
Hello
Thanks
there.
for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
And goodbye. Alright, so we've learned the family secrets, have we? Let's go see what gossip Emily has to say about that. No, I didn't want to go to Sally McDonald's house. Shoot. Do. Well, I guess I really do need to catch those bugs before Emily will do too much, but we'll just go check her out anyways. Still have bird pictures to take. Could probably call that Vivian lady too. We haven't even talked to the Hardy Boys. There's just so much going on.
Howdy, Nancy.
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
Yeah, okay, you're now my number one suspect.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay-hee-hoo.
What? Okay, so let's quickly... No, is that the exit? I think that's the exit. So we're gonna go make some phone calls. Yeah, I think we gotta call the boys first. It's highly overdue. And then we'll make some phone calls, and then I think we'll rest until night, and then we'll go looking for bugs. Yeah. Phone call. We are gonna call... Oh, well, we have to call the Hardy Boys. Yeah. Find out how they are doing. No Ned this time, of course. I'm not sure what Ned's up to. Has anyone ever counted it?
Hey, Joe. It's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting the hose down. He's drying his hands. He's walking over.
Nancy, hi. What's up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on your hands.
Or should we say, on your paws.
They told you about the dogs?
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, a really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really, really smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Okay.
That birdwatcher doesn't have a dog. And when I met him for the first time, he seemed awfully eager to make sure I knew the story about Malone and his dogs.
Sounds like a suspect to me.
Bess said something about a good-looking park ranger?
Ranger AKERS has a motive and a dog and a uniform, which is why Bess assumes he's good-looking.
I'm sure my brother here
Okay.
would say a uniform automatically makes somebody more suspicious, because most people assume that a uniform makes the wearer less suspicious. Right, Joe?
Right. Of course, then again, your really, really smart perp is going to...
Joe, we get the picture.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to figure out who.
Never hurts to look for motive.
You know
I'm
it
pretty
never
sure I
does.
know why somebody wants Sally out of the Malone house.
So come on, spill.
Apparently, Malone stole a small fortune in gold bars off a train and hid them somewhere on his property here. They've never been found.
How do you know?
One of his employees, a guy named William AKERS, kept a journal, which I found and of course read.
Of course.
Wait a sec. Did you say William AKERS?
Who, as it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I seem to be getting nowhere fast. Anybody have any suggestions?
We can probably come up with a few.
But we're not going to make it easy for you.
After all, it's your case, not ours.
There might be more critters around at night.
So make like Audrey Hepburn and wait until dark.
Yeah, that was the plan anyways.
According to his journal, William Akers spent months following each dog around, hoping one of them would lead him to the gold. None ever did.
So they didn't go running off into the woods, never to be seen again after all.
Apparently, they stayed around Malone's house for years. William Akers went to the house every day and fed them until they all finally died.
But according to their tombstones, they all died on the same day.
Those inscriptions were Malone's idea. Akers was just following instructions.
And in all that time, William Akers never found any trace of the gold?
He was pretty much a hard-luck kind of guy.
What happened to him anyway?
After 9 years of searching for the gold, he finally gave up. About a year after Malone died, he put his journal in the safe, locked it up for the last time, and walked away a broken man.
That's what he gets for hitching his wagon to the star of a gangster.
A second-class gangster at that. If it had been Al Capone, maybe he could have sold his memoirs to Hollywood or something. But a flash in the pan like Mickey Malone? Not a chance.
Okay. Come on.
So if you guys were 600 pounds of gold bullion, where would you be?
Maybe Malone hid it in the speakeasy.
Maybe.
Maybe. The longer I stay in this house, the more it seems like nothing's impossible.
Keep the faith, Nancy. If that gold hasn't been found yet, all it means is that nobody as smart as you has looked for it yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Later, guys.
We'll be waiting.
Bye, guys. Alright, let's call Vivian then. I think everything else would be kind of a letdown after talking to the boys. But these phone calls are necessary to make things progress, right?
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am.
So
Don't
how's
bother
that gonna
trying
work?
to do the math sweet stuff, you'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
It was of you and Mickey Malone. Do you remember him?
Of course I remember him. I remember everything about that time of my life. It was the roaring 20s, for crying out loud. One of the most exciting decades in American history. Just because I've got a few years on most people doesn't mean my brain's turned to tapioca, sweet stuff.
Wow. Okay, I guess that's...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Mickey and I dated for 5 years. Oh, I knew what he was, and I didn't approve, believe you me. But I was young, and we got along so well, and he was so considerate. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
Okay, do you know anything about this?
Do you know anything about the safe that's in the cellar of his house at Moon Lake?
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. He was a guy who worked for Mickey.
Okay.
Did all Malone's employees have their own safes?
Not hardly. Mickey treated most of his employees like dirt, but not Willie. He honestly liked Willie, trusted him. And when Willie decided he wanted his own safe, Mickey said, "What the hey?" No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he'd pick the most unlucky number he could think of and use that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
Yeah, that would be the day that he
Unlucky
died.
number? Like what?
Oh, like the date that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house that caught fire, or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
What can you tell me about Malone's speakeasy?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
I need to find this Moon Lake Mickey's. Where is it? Where's the speakeasy?
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
The cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
Oh, I like that.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't. As a joke, Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
Oh, okay.
William AKERS, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
Yeah, we know. The dogs will lead the way.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think. He said he was making a treasure map and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Oh, well, I mean, you might be richer.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy. I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
Okay. Wow, Vivian was very, forthcoming with all of the information.
It's been fun talking to you.
I'll be suing you.
All right, folks, and I'll be suing you next time as we continue and Nancy Drew. I'm YourGibs.